Your kids have to see you live the legacy.
That's
Don't
right.
just
Oh yeah,
leave
you
it.
better. Now
You
you
gotta
better.
live the legacy.
He's in Chicago, so I ended up selling drugs. And I was paying the bills. You know, I was taking care of.
So I know it's excited. I know parents are excited.
Are you sure that you heard me when I was talking to you, Lord? Because in order for me to be able
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning, good morning, good
morning.
morning, good morning, good morning, morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited this morning.
Yes,
So
yes.
excited this morning. God is so wonderful, awesome. Good morning, Yolande. Hey, my sissy, where you go, girl? Hi, good morning. Oh, my goodness. How are you? Well, we are again at another early morning coffee with Marvina. Welcome, 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 where we give a voice to the voiceless and we let you say whatever on your mind. I can even get it all. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here on a wonderful, blessed morning. I am excited for my journey this morning. I don't know, y'all, how much I can see it. I am thanking God this morning. I am so grateful this morning. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it because guess what?
Yes.
Every day is a beautiful day, but when you are being blessed in the midst, every day when you wake up, you got to be grateful. And I'm grateful. I am certainly grateful. Before I start anything and say anything in my cup, I had to find this cup. This was my daughter cup. In my cup, I got some iced coffee, some international iced coffee. So it's pretty good because I've been drinking on it all night. That's probably why I'm so wide up right now. I've been drinking on it and enjoying it. Well, before I continue to blabber on and tell y'all how grateful I am, let me introduce my BFF. Hey, BFF.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, before I kick it off, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm drinking, and it is so good. I'm drinking some Target brand coffee. I didn't feel like going anywhere, so I snatched up some Target brand coffee, and it is the hazelnut flavor. It is so good that I can drink it with just adding just a couple of packs of equal to it and without any creamer. That's how good it and flavorful and rich it
Oh, is
is.
it dark?
But it's a medium roast coffee. But this morning though I did find my we was at Wally World last night. I found my peppermint creamer, so I did get that peppermint creamer, and that is what I am drinking this morning with the hazelnut coffee. So what a wonderful combination.
You got the festive creamer. The festive.
Yes, I got the festive creamer. It is the festive season. It is the season to be jolly.
I got on
Ha
my
ha and
I
ho.
know everybody said we jumping over Thanksgiving and all that stuff, but I do. I love Christmas. I like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is nice. Everybody get to eat and be jolly and love on each other. And really don't understand what Thanksgiving really is about. They just think it's about just eating and stuff. We got family, friends. You got God. You got so much to be thankful for, and I'm excited.
Yes.
Next week we are celebrating Thanksgiving. And
Yes.
I'm just asking everyone to do me a simple favor. I understand it's about the food. I understand it's about being together with the family. I understand all of that stuff. But really think what being thankful is. What
That's right.
thankful is to you. Thankful for
Hmm.
what and for when, or just think about it that day. Just ask yourself, oh, you wake up that morning, ask yourself, what do being thankful on Thanksgiving, what do this day really mean to me?
Yeah, yeah. And and
Like,
let's take it a step further. When
mhm,
you guys get ready to pray, because most families, that's what we all do. We pray before we enter into our Thanksgiving meal. Take the time to go round circle and go to every person. My grandmother started that tradition with us, I think, when I was maybe 9. And
mm,
she would go around the room and we will all have to say something that we are grateful and thankful for. So why
yeah,
don't you guys try that with your families, and you will be amazed at some of the responses that you receive.
exactly.
Something
I
that's gonna
love that
make your
because,
heart smile.
yeah, them babies, they'll surprise you more than anything.
Yes.
My grandbaby's mouth. I'm like, wow, you know why? It's just a matter of knowing that you're grateful and what that day really means to you.
Yeah.
I think it would be a great thing to do. But anyway, let me tell y'all something. We are still in the midst of trying to getting coming down off this. Well, I know I am the East Point Peachtree International Film.
Yeah.
We're still coming down off of that. And I'm asking
Yes.
you right now to stay tuned because we got some of those same people who are going to be coming back on from after their premieres and things like that. So we get ready to take it to a whole nother level. And I'm loving it. It's exciting to me. So I want to
Yes.
look in the
Yes.
near future for that. Also, we're talking about bringing in a few other. I don't even know if y'all remember, we had a kids corner. We're talking also about bringing kids corner back in. I want to just throw that out there, and also be open.
Hmm.
These are things that's coming up in the near future. So I'm just letting y'all know to look out for these fantastic segments that's get ready to come on, especially them kids corners. Y'all know that kids corners with them children. You know,
Yes.
so much fun. And my granddaughter, Leilani, and Yvonne's granddaughter, Alexa, will be heading up the kids' corner. And, they had this thing they said a long time ago, kids say the darndest things. I know that is so true. and, and that's one of my real reasons why I'm so excited about this because I'm excited to hear what kids talk about and what they're going to be talking
Yeah.
about. So y'all stay tuned for that. Look for that to be.
Yeah, I'm excited. Look, based on some conversation that we have heard Leilani and Alexis have, it is you guys are in for a treat. Trust me.
Yeah, 2025. So we get ready to go back into some. We're gonna bring back some things, and we're gonna bring some things in. So I'm just asking everyone just to look forward to that in the near future. Well, let me
Yes.
say, we have a special guest. Of course, this guest have came on before, and I just feel like her message back then made a great impact on us just listening to
Hmm.
what she was talking about. It was a panel at one time, but for some reason she was the only one that kind of kept saying
Right.
everybody else was jumping off. But it was just so it's touching to me that I felt that this is someone that needed to come back in and talk to us again. Well, she does some back work, and I would love for y'all to see what she's doing. But I don't want to talk about her bag too much because if I tell y'all what's in her bag, I don't need her to come in and tell it. But nobody
Right.
can
Right.
tell no story like you can tell your own story. Is that what I was told last?
Yes, that's what
Yes.
was said last week.
Yes, so I don't want to go ahead on and spoil any of the surprise, but this young lady that's come back, she's a repeat, and her message that she's about to give y'all, I want everyone to pay a great attention to it because, this is what she's getting ready to talk about, and I can tell you the topic, and y'all should already know it's domestic violence, living in your
Mhm.
in your truth, and it says take off your mask. So that right
That's
there can
right.
kind of tell you where we at. I'm just going to tell you this sister is so some kind of wonderful. So after this little introduction, we're going to bring her right on.
Hello.
Good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning,
morning,
darling.
ladies. Good morning.
Wonderful to
Good
have you
morning.
this morning. You
Thank
got
you for
your
having me.
wife,
Thank
she
you
is
for having,
beautiful.
thank you for
She
being
is
for having me. Once again, once again.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, I know because we talked about it that you have a cup, and I'm just trying to figure out what's in that cup. Yeah, go ahead, tell him.
I'm a Folgers girl with creamer and plenty of sugar. She said
Plenty
that
of
plenty of
sugar.
sugar. Plenty of sugar. Is can
Mhm.
I have a little coffee with that sugar?
Yeah, just a little. I'm a little jealous because after I got on that little sugar thing, getting off the sugar,
Yes.
I even went back and putting any sugar in my coffee.
Yes, I know. I
Yes.
remember y'all was talking about that the last time. I'm
Mhm.
a sugar addict with my
I'm with you though. You ain't. I'm with you. I'm with you. Before we go,
I'm,
Yolanda said good morning.
good morning, beautiful. Good morning, my journey sister. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Zyra Carr said good morning.
Good
Um,
morning. Good
yes,
morning.
good. We want to say good morning to you. Well, before we start, I just got to ask you a question, Tyra.
Yes.
What's in your bag, girl? What's
In
in?
my bag. It's part of my journey. My bag is my journey. I'm I don't say survivor, I'm gonna say thriver, a domestic violence thriver. Um, and I also recently lost my daughter. It was October the 4th of 2022 was made 2 years. She's forever 24. Um, I lost her. She was taken because of domestic violence as well. Her
Jesus.
name was Jocelyn Napier. And during that time, I too myself was going through domestic abuse, uh, kind of trying to hide it. But what I want to bring, what's in my bag, what I'm trying to bring is bring more awareness about domestic violence and allowing people to know that there are resources out there. A lot of things that I didn't know about, I have became aware of, and I want to bring that awareness to people, especially our younger generation,
Right.
uh, because domestic violence affects a lot of women between the ages of 18 and 34,
Wow.
and
Wow.
um, bringing that awareness to them and let them know that some things that especially at a young age like 15, 16, we may deem as cute, like I was telling my son, him and his girlfriend have their own life 360. Okay, why at this young age do y'all feel that y'all need to know each other's every move? I said it may seem
Mhm.
cute right now. I said, but eventually it may turn into, not saying that it will, but it can turn into something that's not healthy.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
Um, so I want to bring that awareness.
So talk to
And
me about it. Talk to me about the awareness.
so what I've started with me and my beautiful journey sisters, as well as my life coach, um, we started this group session or workshop that we want to have.
Mhm.
We started it last month, but we wanted to bring in 2025 at least having it once a month,
Mm.
um, to bring awareness to women, not only for domestic violence, but also any mental health issue that you have, grief, loss, addiction. Um,
Mhm.
I am a certified peer support specialist.
Mm.
Uh, I work with the Family Justice Center out of Biloxi, Mississippi. I'm part of their Voices Committee. Also, part of Veteransville with my life coach, Brandy Miles. And I'm connected with a lot of wonderful women, Operation Recovery,
Wonderful.
Voices of Black Mothers United, and just bringing
Mhm.
awareness and bringing those resources to individuals who don't know that they have those resources.
Yeah.
And with my
Mhm.
workshop, um, we often, we have grief sessions where we pour out.
with this workshop, we want to bring resources, but we also want, because we're not therapists, we're
Right.
not
Mm-hmm.
psychologists. We want to bring, okay, life after the pain. With the
Okay.
therapists and counselors and everything, y'all focus on the trauma itself.
Right.
Okay, so it's life after the pain. We want to
Yeah.
bring you into a place where you don't have to feel judged and find ways to, okay, so this happened to me. What am I going to do? What can I do with this after this has happened to me? Meditation, yoga, or just coming in to talk. And you don't have to feel like what you've been through,
Is who
that
you
we're
are.
going to
Mm-hmm.
use that against you,
Right. Right.
Mm.
or
Right.
you're going to be judged about it because you're not.
Right.
Love
And so
that.
just finding ways of, it's not about the why, it's about the
Mm-hmm.
what. What can we do? What
Yeah.
can we do
Mm.
now? I was thinking about like faith and hope. I had to find faith. Okay, hope. Um, faith. You can have faith, because my faith, when I was going through uh, the issues that I was going through, I knew God. I knew God. You are there with me. But God, I know. But my hope had started wavering. Am I ever
Mm.
going to get out of this? You have that
Right.
hopelessness. But I come to realize that faith and hope is entwined. And so now I have that hope. Is I might not see it, but with my faith, I know it's out there. I'm going to get through it. We can get through it. So I want to support people wherever they are in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was telling my sister Yolanda, I said, uh, we, God blessed us with all these emotions.
Mm-hmm.
He blessed us with those emotions, the pain, the sadness, the happiness, the sorrow, the grief. He blessed us with those pains for us to feel that. We are
Mm-hmm.
supposed to feel it, but we don't supposed to stay there.
Mm.
And like, we can go back to it. We can go back. We may revisit it, but it's not meant for us to stay there.
Mm.
So, and that's what I want to be in, and I had to learn that. My journey started with me. I said back in '93. Um, the first traumatic thing I seen when I lost my god brother, he was gunned down because of the domestic violence. And I saw that, and that was '93. And then we so often we push that down. So then life keeps lifing, and we keeps moving
Mm-hmm.
on, and
Mm-hmm.
we're not focusing on it because we pushing it down. And I was in the military too as well, so it was suck it up and drive on.
Wow.
And so then, um, as time goes on, I got in an abusive relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm living, and I was a saver. I want to save. I'm trying to protect and save, because as I was growing up, and not thinking, my mom, she was in an abusive relationship, and I was always wanting to stay there with her in hopes of protecting her. Now I had my sister, but my sister, she would go over to my grandma's house or whatever, but I said, I was in my young mind, I got to stay here with my mom. Maybe if I stay there, it won't happen. It won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it still happened.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and as I look back, I packed all of that baggage, I packed it down.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
then I was in that abusive relationship. I got out of it. Okay. So then life keeps lifing. I'm young 20s,
Yeah.
so I'm living, not really focusing on what's going on. So then I was sexually assaulted,
Mm.
and I blame myself. Okay. I went out with my friends, but I had gotten so drunk that I was like, just leave me in the car. Didn't know it. Someone came out there, and I could too drunk to fight off.
Well,
Yeah. Wow.
But I packed that down. I was like, okay. And our fear of being judged. So I wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing to
Mm-hmm.
my sister. I wouldn't say nothing to my family because this wasn't supposed to happen to me,
right.
not the strong one. I let
Right.
my guard down. This wasn't supposed to happen to me. So I packed that down. I packed that down. Life keeps lifing. I'm keep going on, being okay. I got to do this. I'm doing this, and suck it up and drive on. Suck it up, drive on. Let's keep on
Mm,
moving. Then
Mm-hmm.
2009, then there's another track. I lost my father. He had his second stroke. So me not, I'm hiding all those emotions because I want to be strong for my sisters. I want to be strong for
Mm-hmm.
my family. We often we gonna be the strong. So we hide our crying and our emotions because we want to protect. That's me. I want to protect. I want to save. I want to be that saver. Life, we bury him. I don't want to, okay, back in the military, doing going on, life. Then
Mm-hmm.
2013, got a phone call. Your mom's house on fire. Get up.
Jesus.
Goes over there. Couldn't mom killed in a house fire. And I was like,
Jesus.
oh my God, what is it? What is it? Then it's oh my God, but God. Everything started coming up. So I said, okay, I had to start seeking counseling.
Mm-hmm.
2015, I've been going to counseling. Your mental is very important.
Yes.
So 2013, 2014, 15, moving on, I'm getting my counseling. I'm realizing a lot of stuff. I found like I'm trying to keep everybody in this box that I'm trying to, and all these emotions that I've packed down is coming up. And I'm like, okay, but God, come on. I know you got me. I'm praying and I'm starting to read and I'm starting to realize things, but I'm still trying to save. I'm still trying to save
Mm-hmm.
and keep everybody covered. Cause now I done lost my mom. So now I'm really want, okay, where you going? What you doing? What's you going on? My brother's there. I'm calling and I'm doing. Still inadvertently. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We still living, enjoying family. 2021 rolls around. Okay. Another phone call. Your brother. The baby, 7 month old, and his fiance lost all them in a house fire.
Jesus.
Okay, now what is it? Oh Lord, we like God, what? So and during
Mm-hmm.
that time, I had got back in a relationship, trying to save, trying to help someone, save someone in this abuse, and I done lost my brother, his 7 month old baby, and then we also trying to. My daughter, she's going through abuse. I'm hiding mine because I'm trying to save this person, making them think that maybe if I love you more, you will realize what your potential is. Because so
Jesus.
often we
Mm-hmm.
fall in love with the potential of someone when that individual is not willing and ready to accept the fact that they need to change. But
Mm-hmm.
we're so busy trying to help them. And me telling my daughter, things are going to, we're going to get you out of this. We're going to get you out of this. Okay. After we buried my brother, so my daughter ends up losing a baby.
mm,
So we end up burying baby Chandler in May of 2021.
mm.
Jesus.
But God, okay, baby, we gonna get through this. well, mom, we talking and going on, study me going through all, because domestic violence is more than that, because mine wasn't physical. Hers was physical at the time, but at the time, mine
Mhm.
wasn't physical. It was more mental abuse. You
Mhm.
can have abuse where somebody is constantly nagging you, telling you're stupid, or telling you're not this, or texting you
Mhm.
all the time, or you're happening to be on video call and you have to watch.
Mhm.
Affects you emotionally,
Yes.
and then you're trying to deal with your daughter. Okay, she's getting physically abused, but your emotional abuse, you don't know. You're like, I was in a whirlwind. I was in a whirlwind.
Mhm.
Okay, we moving on. November comes. Then my mom's mom, I get a call. Go over there and check on her. Found her laid out on the porch. I had to do CPR. Did CPR on her for 40 minutes. I lived, there was like 35, 40 minutes before the ambulance, because we stay in the country now. So
Yeah.
it takes a minute for the ambulance to come.
Mhm.
And my uncle, he's on the phone and he was saying, Tara, don't stop. So I'm crying and I'm study trying and I'm blowing and I'm study trying. And I was like, Lord, in my mind, I knew she was gone, but I still wouldn't stop.
Mhm.
I didn't want to disappoint him or
Mhm.
make them feel like so then I got that on. I didn't want to let my family down. But still I've got this, in this abusive relationship, blah blah in my ear. And we're trying to be, so then life keeps lifing. But
Mhm.
I'm packing it, I'm praying, and I'm in my Bible and I'm in my word. But you're too afraid to share for fear
Mhm.
of being judged, or you too afraid to share because somebody what you share, and they're gonna use that against you, or is they gonna talk
Mhm.
about you instead of
Right.
praying with you and praying
Mhm.
and giving you what you need. So often we as women, they like, why you stay, or why you do, or why, because if we don't have someone out there that's willing to not judge what we're going through, because some people stay in for several different
Yeah.
reasons. Sometimes
Yes.
they, okay, if you trying, like, for instance, my daughter, okay, you trying to get out, you get out, but you was in a no win-win situation. Whether you was with him, you getting beat, or whether you wasn't with him, you still getting beat. No matter what,
Mhm.
you still being victimized.
That's right.
With or without them, you are still being victimized.
Mhm.
Mm, mm, mm,
So
mm.
life keeps lifing, and
Right.
then everything seemed okay. January 2022 come around, we go on down. Life keeps lifing, but we're still going through the domestic abuse. She's still going through the domestic abuse. We still trying to find ways. September 28th, text me, Mom, I'm so tired. I'm tired, Mom. I just want peace. She had left. I just want peace. I said, baby, okay. I said, okay. I said, give me to the end of October. I said, I'm going to have you away from there. I was going to move out my house. I got another house and I was going to move. But at that time, I wasn't able to get in this house I'm currently in. I was going to move in with my abuse. I was scared, but I was scared too. But I was going to
Mhm.
do it because I was going to get her away from there. I'm going to
That's
get you
right.
in here. I said, give me to the end of October. We're going to move your stuff. I said, you can tell your landlord that in October, you will be gone. You will be gone. October the 4th, 2022, got a phone call. She had been shot multiple times in her own home.
Jesus.
So
Jesus.
then I was like, but God.
Mm.
I keep saying, but God. And then through all of that, not even 2 weeks after I buried my daughter, my abuse became more physical.
Jesus.
So after I buried my daughter, and it was because you trying to save somebody that wasn't ready to be saved. It got physical, and I had put that strain back on my family again of losing after we just buried my daughter, they seeing me. So me trying to save somebody inadvertently, I was hurting myself as well as my family. So then it became something that I needed to make awareness and let people know that no matter what you're going through, there is a way out. There is resources and there is a way out. And that's just part of my journey, because my journey is still is going on, because I'm still going to be a voice for my daughter,
Yes.
and I'm going to be a voice for myself. And I'm thankful y'all giving me this opportunity to bring awareness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my heart goes out to you, and I'm over here. I'm fighting back tears. I wish back in the 80s
Hmm.
that those resources were available to me. And I can speak from my own bag. I grew up in a house where there was domestic violence. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, it didn't happen every day, so it wasn't that bad." It doesn't matter whether it happens every moment, every day, every week, every month, every year. When it happens, it happens.
It
When I
does.
was 7.5 months pregnant, I was jumped on by my dad. I almost lost my baby and I almost lost my life. And it was hard. It was a bitter pill to swallow. And I did not have the resources because family, nobody wanted to really address it. So it was always, what happens in the
Right.
house stays in the house. I hate that saying.
Right.
um the
Right.
things I saw my mother go through. So for years I
Oh,
was
yes.
angry. I was so angry, and I lashed out in so many different negative ways. So sometimes you may hear, and I know you've seen the show sometimes where I say, well, 5 times anger management and 1 time counseling. I'm
Right.
so grateful that I finally got the counseling that I needed because it helped me to address those underlying issues and be able to move
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
So it's a
Yes.
blessing that you and your group, that you guys provide this type of outlet, because it is something that is truly, truly needed. And we need to step out of the shadows and quit
Yes.
saying, well, it happened in the house, or it only happened one time, or, I don't think anybody pays attention or anybody sees, because we
Mm-hmm.
do. We see it. We
Mm-hmm.
see it.
Mm-hmm.
We got to start living that truth about, if you see something, say something. So thank
Speak
you
out.
so very much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because, and like I said, domestic violence is more than just black eyes, punches.
Hmm.
Domestic abuse is the constant texting, the a simple taking a paycheck, or where you going, your every direction,
Hmm.
or what you're doing, or the video calls. Is it affects you mentally, because
Yes.
even after
Wow.
that, you have PTSD, because
Hmm.
you're constantly on guard. I was constantly like, you know, okay, what's gonna happen?
Hmm.
Or looking in the shadows, or scared, somebody's gonna pop out, or anything like that. It affects you mentally.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
does.
And it's important. I had a niece that has gone through that. If if she's on the phone and she gets off the phone, that person will make her get off the phone and call that number back to see if she was actually talking to who she said she was talking to.
Mhm.
what are they talking about? You said you were at this grocery store. Why aren't you at why aren't you at
Mhm.
that store?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, and taking the individuality away. And I think that is one
Right.
of the things that the
Right.
abuser does. So how important do you feel that it's for that is when people get into the relationships to keep and establish their individualism from the other person?
It's very important. I mean, you are still two people. No one should, me, I feel, have you where you are isolated from being you. You stop being you. When you tend to have being isolated where you can't go anywhere or you got to be right there or you constantly got to know your every move or what you're doing, that's not love. Where's the trust?
Mm-hmm.
If you love
Mm-hmm.
that person so much, you should be able to trust them and
Yeah.
know that the love that you have for them is true.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Wow.
I never, me, for me, now don't get me wrong. I can't say I have not fought in a relationship. I have literally, had knockout fights with my husbands,
Hmm.
but I never got to that point that I wanted anybody to take away from me who I am. It didn't never last long. And I'm gonna tell you something. I fought like a man. I was never
Hmm.
one of the ones that gonna come out with no black eyes. And my mom was here. She could tell you today, right today. One man I was dating. He jumped on me, and when he jumped on me, I used a mirror and shattered it all into his face.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that that was right or wrong, but I was defending myself,
And
and
that's,
Mm-hmm.
I never got. And when I seen that there was an issue, when they on okay, New Jersey, and when I seen there was an issue, I just never wanted to be in that relationship, and I had no problem getting out of a
Yeah.
relationship. I would
Yeah.
put them, but my whole thing is, I'm trying to figure out for myself because I've never had it where
Mhm.
what's in a person's mind that they're knowing that they're being
Mm.
abused and they don't want to get out. And I get it. The
Mhm.
insecure. I heard about uh, um, the security they get by being living there. They feel like they can't do it without
mhm,
that partner.
mhm.
All those things. But it's just for me. I'm like, I can do bad by myself. I'm just trying to figure out what's in a
Yeah.
person's mind that they'll.
And let me clarify something. And
Mhm.
sometimes that's the question, but I'm telling you from my experience and from what my daughter, um, she wanted to get out. She got out. She wanted to get out and she got out. But sometimes it's the other person, it's the abuser when you're constantly being victimized.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
if you do all the necessary steps, the protection, all of that, but yet and still, when that individual is not being held accountable or whatever, and some people feel that they can get away with stuff, or
Right. I
and then
get.
and like with my incident, my abuser, okay, we went through the situation, and but he was in that mindset. Okay, I don't want to, go to jail. He took his counseling, and when we went to the counseling, the anger management, he was like, I'm sorry. I think that we need to, and it was that. It was over
Mm.
with. And that's been two
Mhm.
years, and I haven't heard.
Mhm.
He realized that. But then in my daughter's case, when she was like, "Okay, I'm done," but you kept coming. No, 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 no. Why
Mhm.
not just go ahead and go? See,
Right.
that's the mindset of the abuser.
Right.
Yeah.
But some
Yeah.
feel that uh no matter what, okay, she don't want me, and that's what we have to. It got to come to a point in our young men life. It's okay if a woman don't want you and you
Right.
feel that it's over with. You have to be okay. Go on and go.
Yeah.
That's why I said
Yeah.
love is gonna hurt. I'm 51 years old, and my heart been broken 1,000 times,
That's how I go.
and
And
that's
it's
all
okay.
right.
That's how I go.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and everything, everybody is not going to have a perfect relationship. We know that.
Yeah.
So, let me see. Robert said right here. Let's highlight it so I can
Mhm.
see. It said, I have been in a relationship that I should never have been in. We tend to tell the person what we are looking for in a relationship, and they audition it for the part until they get you hooked and in love. Then the real person comes out and it's almost too late. I get it.
So very true.
So
So
That's
very
true.
true.
so
Wow.
true.
That's
Because
deep.
we go into a relationship, and the first question that a man asks, or a woman, okay, what you looking for in a relationship? And then when you start spilling, oh, I want this and I want that and I
Yeah.
want this, then they're gonna start giving you this and giving you that and
Give you
giving you
that.
this
Yeah.
until they get you. And then
Then
once
it's a
they
whole
get,
different ball game.
yes. So
Mm-hmm.
I said to myself, the next time, what you bring to a relationship? What's
That.
in your bag? What are you bringing?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Yes,
and I have
Yes.
Robert,
to
that is
say this.
absolutely right.
Right. I,
Yeah.
I feel him, and the reason why that's my brother. That's my oldest brother.
Mhm.
I get, I get it. We make wrong decisions when it comes down to people in our
Yeah.
relationships. Don't get me, and I know because I've fought many a times.
Mhm.
It's just for me. I'm like, when I have to fight for my life, I got to fight to be who I am.
Mhm.
I gotta fight you. Fight you? Literally.
Mhm.
I don't need you. We
Well,
don't. I mean, me and my BFF have talked
mhm.
about that. It's
Yeah.
to
'Cause-
me, what's more important for me is me. The abuser, and like you said, they don't say no. They don't say no. Okay, I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sounding alarm. I'm letting my family. I'm letting
Yeah.
everybody know that this man is crazy. This man ain't right, or whatever the case may
Right.
be.
Well, you possess a strength that some women don't, and I have to say some men, because let me put this out there. There are some men that are
That's
being
right.
abused, and my sisters and I, we had a conversation with our mom, and this was after this was before my dad passed, but we had a girls' day, and we asked my mom how, because and the conversation came up because we all said, "Mama, you a good woman, because there ain't no way on God's green earth." And she looked at us and she said, and we asked, how could you stay? Don't get me wrong, we loved our dad and we loved our
Right.
mom.
Right.
And we would still have the same love if they were separate.
Right.
Sometimes I
Right.
feel that they would have been
Right.
much happier if they were separate. My mom said to us, she said, I did. She said, I left many times. She said, when you guys were younger, I packed you guys up and we left.
Mhm.
She said, and then when I get to my family, the emotional abuse became worse. She said, so the
Mhm.
support that I should have gotten from my family, I didn't. She said, and
Right.
their thing was separate you guys. Okay, my mom could stay over here, but somebody had to go over here, somebody had to go over there, somebody had to go over there. It was six of us total, my mom and the girls. My mother said there was no way on God's green earth that she could do that. She said she knew sometimes what happened when especially girls go into other households. And she said she never wanted to put us through that. So she said, what was worse, the hell that she was living in or the hell that she was going to be put into?
Right.
So she went back. So,
Mhm.
so that's why I was saying that sometimes people have their different reasons
Yes.
for it.
Yes.
And she said the survival of her children
Mhm.
was much more important to her. And that was the best way that she could make sure that all her children, that's why there's nothing in
That
this world that I
I
won't do
can
for my
see.
mom.
I can
Mhm.
see. I can
Yeah.
Mhm.
see why a
I,
mother would stay.
yeah. And it's a lot of women in
Worried
that
about that.
situation to
In
this
that
day.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
situation.
see it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Because,
mean, and
something. Mhm.
you can say, I'm gonna do this because I mean, all of that with the fight back, and you do that, you do all
Yeah.
that, you do the fight
Yeah.
back, you do the fight back. I know
Yeah.
my daughter, she tried her best to fight
Yeah.
back, but
You
did
do the
this.
fight
I mean,
back.
when you are buck 05 and then you got somebody, even me, I did the fight back. I did
Yeah.
the fight back. But
Yeah,
when you have somebody that don't care if you fight back or not, whether they with you or not, they still gonna do what they want to
that's
do.
Yeah.
true.
They
That's
still
true.
gonna
Exactly.
do what they want to do.
That's
It's a
true.
And
it's
then
a vicious cycle.
Yes.
I'm gonna read this to y'all. It says
Mhm.
guns are the most commonly used weapons in domestic violence homicides. A woman is
Mhm.
5 times more likely to be killed if her abusive partner owns a gun.
Mhm.
5 times more likely.
I can see
Ooh,
that.
see, this is the stuff that need to be told because
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and that's what you hear. You always hear about the abuser shooting them, killing them. They
Mhm.
Yeah.
that you know, I get it that Robert
And they're
Robert
taking it to a
said,
whole nother level now. They're
yeah,
taking it to a whole nother level.
Yes.
If they're not killing, if they're not just killing you, they're also killing children.
Yes.
It's becoming the murder
Yes.
suicide. Then
yeah,
Yes.
that now that's the
yeah.
next level. And
Mhm.
sometimes you're finding where the abuser will kill off the children, keep you
Yeah, I've
alive, so
seen
that
it
you
too.
have to
I've been
endure
hearing
that
it on
pain.
the
Yeah.
news. That's what they
Mhm.
were saying.
Yeah.
They're killing the
Mhm.
children, and then they're killing the girlfriend, and then they're killing themselves, and
Yes.
it's like nobody have no respect for life. It's like
No.
because
Yeah.
I love you and because I had this with you, I'm going to kill
Exactly.
you and the whole family. Not that you have those rights, but you just put God. You just think you God, I guess, because this is
Yeah.
how
It
people
is,
That
are
and,
part.
using this
and I
app.
believe sometimes it's a mindset because
Mm-hmm.
we got to and make our make people be accountable for their actions.
Yes.
Um, if you constantly enable an individual uh, to a point where they feel that no matter what they do, they can get away with it, instead
Hmm.
of saying, "Okay, you did this, so you need to be held accountable for your actions."
That's right.
Don't get me off or get me if I done something. Don't help me. Okay, I'm gonna put you right here, my sons. I tell them I'm gonna put you right here. If you did this, you gonna be here. I'm your mama. I love you. My mom was like that with my brother when he got in trouble and he did whatever he did to get in jail. My mama said, "Okay, I know where you at.
Hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
know where you at."
You'll stay out of trouble.
And then
Yeah.
and he knows since you're gonna,
Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna be there for you. What you need on your books, I got you
Hmm.
here. Here, go to the canteen. I put some money with
Yeah.
you. But you're
Yeah.
gonna sit here
Right.
and
Right.
realize what you did. But I'm here
Right.
for you, and I
Yeah.
love you because you're my brother. But what
Right.
you did, you're gonna be held accountable for your actions.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's
And
my
you're
mom said, "Oh,
supposed to
well,
be.
okay. Well, I know where you at now. I know where you at."
I have a cousin who had a her daughter also was killed by her boyfriend, and she told her story. She literally came out and told her story, and the parents still to this day don't take responsibility of the actions of her own son.
Wow.
And it seemed to me they go into denial. Like if your son is a demon seed and you know that it's a demon
Hmm.
seed, and nobody got to tell you your son is a demon seed. You know your son is a demon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. You
ain't,
know.
ain't no way you
Yeah.
gonna
You
tell me
know.
he just upped and decided to do this to this one person. Your child was a demon seed. You need to get your kids some help. You need to stop making them
Yeah.
out to be these kings and queens that you think they are and realize they jokers. They need some
Yeah.
help. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes the warning signs are there, and as
Yeah.
parents we do have a tendency to overlook or
Yes.
turn a blind eye because we want our children to be the best of the best. We don't
Mm-hmm.
want to get up there and
Yeah.
say that there is a problem with our child. And that
Mm-hmm.
goes all the way back to something that you and I were talking about last yesterday, Marvina. We were talking about mental illness and people being bipolar and
Mental.
schizophrenic and things.
Mhm.
We have to start being accountable in
Mhm.
when they little people,
Mhm.
when they're little people.
I mean, some people get misdiagnosed. You don't know, because we talked
Hmm.
about that too. They get
Mm-hmm.
misdiagnosed, but when as they get adults, you can discern that
You
that's
you
something
know your
like
You can
child.
understand because some people now they play that mental, but you know
right,
exactly what you was doing. You
right.
know
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you was doing.
That too.
Yeah,
Because
what's
you
one of
Mm-hmm.
these?
using your sound right mind
Yes,
and right body to know what you was doing.
yes,
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
mean to say it, but I
Especially
love
if you was doing it constantly and constantly and constantly. Ain't nothing
right,
wrong.
exactly,
You feel
Thank
like
you.
you can
exactly,
get away with anything you want to get away with.
Well, that's our
exactly.
justice system. That our
Yes,
justice
I'm going to
system
say
has,
that. Yes,
yeah, that becomes one of the first things that the lawyer says to you is, okay, we're going to plead mental, that you have some mental problems. We're
yes.
going to get you evaluated, because what they do, they trying their best to keep you out of jail and put you into a mental facility or something, to have you constantly
Making your future
evaluated and
a lot lighter,
everything.
but you don't. The parents
Yeah,
and the people that you done killed and abused, their
exactly.
sentences ain't lighter. They got to deal with that,
Their
and
Right,
sentence
and
is
it's sad.
lifetime.
There's
right.
one,
Lifetime, lifetime.
Hmm.
yes, and there's one person that I love to hear that they said that the truth, and they said that their child was stupid, and we still voted for. I'm just saying.
No, you telling the
She
truth. You
admitted it.
telling the truth.
She admitted her child
Hmm.
wasn't right, and we still put them in. I'm just saying, when your mother, you know when there's something wrong with your child, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
and
you
you
know.
got to be respectful to others to realize if your child is not right, you need to get help because them kids is out here shooting each other. They out here doing whatever they want to do. I mean, I'm not just saying kids, because but these adults grew up. They grew up
Yeah,
to
the
be
kids
adults
became
now. They were
adults
kids
and they still
first.
terrorizing.
So
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm sorry. I think people are crazy. Robbie, I'm gonna go ahead on and say this because you got a long life and I want to read it. And
I
in
love
most
that one.
cases, abuse is the inevitable,
The
Enabler.
enabler.
enabler. Once you allow the abuse to happen, you take the person back, you just gave them the license to continue.
Hmm.
True
We
that.
sometimes believe that we seeing growing up is what we are supposed to accept in a
Exactly.
relationship.
You're right.
Right,
True
right.
facts.
Ain't
Facts.
nobody
Right.
doing that. I see my dad beating on my mama. I ain't going to find nobody to beat on me. I'm just saying. And but it
But it
happens.
happens. You might not
It
look for it,
does.
but you never know
Yeah.
what aura
Yeah.
or what
Yeah.
what aura
Right.
you are putting out. Because
Right.
manipulation and a narcissist is you never know what you're putting out, what you're going to be
That's right.
Right.
uh,
Action of
attracted to.
others. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Because
it seemed to me that that's we inherit stuff like that
Yeah,
because it
it's the
goes down like
yeah.
generational
it's like
curse.
a
It
curse.
says
So
the
you curse,
generational curse. Yeah,
yeah, you cursing
Yeah.
it's
it.
time
I
to
can't
break the
even say
cycle.
inherit. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
it's
people have
time to
gotten
break the
so good
cycle.
with putting on on those masks. You know what I'm
Right.
Right,
saying?
Hmm.
What Robert said earlier. They audition for the role. We tell
right,
them up front.
right,
I feel like Steve Harvey one, and I know people give Steve Harvey a lot of flack, but he said something one day that struck a chord with me. He said he told his daughters, he said, be less to take. He said, be less giving. And he said, what I mean by that, when you meet somebody, stop pouring your entire bag out.
right.
Give them little pieces over time. He said, every year, that person should find out something new about you. He said,
Mhm.
don't take and put it all out there at one time. He said, and he told his sons, stop believing that everything that this person says to you is the Bible, that it is all true. And he said, and once people learn that balance, and I get it. He said, I've been married all these number of times. And he said, if I could go back and change things, I would. He said, because I took
Right,
what they said at face value, they took what I said at face value. He
right.
said, and it was a train wreck. And so I agree with that. That's why, like, sometimes I know people say, girl, you don't smile, you just be giving people this funny look, you be putting off these vibes. You gotta earn my trust. I,
Concern.
I can't
Yeah,
just give it
everybody
to
do.
you. I done been through so much.
I guess that's one reason why I've been single for all this. I just have a hard time really trusting people. What is
Mhm.
your motives? Why are you here? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Mhm.
And I wasn't
Mhm.
like that when I was younger to the point that I am now, of course, because I'm older. But I just, for me, I'm on the other side of the track because if you, I'm telling you, if we
You
got to
you
fight,
become more aware of everything now. It's
Exactly.
like, okay, and then you
yeah,
start self care,
yes.
self care.
Yes,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
my
Yes,
mom
ma'am.
and my family put that in me. They, it wasn't a thing that I felt like I was ugly or I felt that someone should. That was brought up. We're special. We're ain't nobody supposed to
Yeah.
abuse you.
Yeah.
You don't abuse nobody, and nobody keep your hands to
Yes,
yourself.
to yourself.
Know your
Yeah. One
value,
thing
know
dad is
your
One
teaching.
worth,
thing.
Yeah.
know your
Yeah, and if
value.
That's it.
somebody hits you, you hit them back and then send them on. And hopefully, when you hit them back, you knock they
Yes.
we ain't going there. We ain't allowed. We ain't getting beat by
And
no belts. We ain't getting. You ain't telling me when I
yeah.
come and go. We're not. And I taught my kids the same way. That's probably why they so strong as they are. We are
Yeah.
here to live our lives. Nobody can live them for 'em. And I
That's right.
commend you.
But you know,
Yeah.
and then I'm always on in the morning with this community is connected in prayer. So I
Yeah.
get up every morning with
Mm.
them, and there's some powerful ministers and pastors on there every morning. It was started by a journey sister of mine, Delisha. She had
Mm-hmm.
lost her son through gun violence,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
I listen to a lot of things that it said, but one thing I write and jot stuff down. One of the men on there, they call him Brother V, and some of the people I've never met, but I resonated with him. He always give a powerful message, testimony, and he said something, and it was transitions may look like trouble.
Mm.
God will use any vehicle to get you to your promised land.
Come on
Mm-hmm.
now. Come on now. You better say
Mm-hmm.
that.
And I wrote that down and it resonated. Transitions may look like trouble. Therefore, what
Mm-hmm.
you are going through, it may look like trouble. Anybody, any vehicle can come in, whatever it may be,
That's right.
but it's
Jesus.
to get you to your promised land. And that's where
Mm.
it coincides when I say you're gonna feel those pains, you're gonna feel
Yeah.
those troubles, but it's not meant for you to stay there.
Jesus. Come on now. Come
And
on.
I wrote down,
You.
um, your destiny is not in the loss, it's in what you have left.
Come.
Wow.
Ooh. Jesus.
And I had
Jesus.
to realize that I may have lost a part of me. I've
Yes, you
lost some
did.
because and you have, but you got to pick up those pieces and you put them back together.
Yes.
Those pieces and you put them back together.
Come on, Miss
But
Tara.
Tara,
Come on
you done
now.
lost a lot of pieces,
I
baby.
left.
You've
I
lost a lot of
left.
pieces, baby.
Yes.
But
And I
God,
commend you.
but God. I have my sister, I
Amen.
have my family, but God. That's what
Yeah.
I keep telling myself, but God. Because in
Yes,
order
ma'am.
for me to get to this moment where I had to get through the journey. Remember when I tell y'all
Jesus.
beauty
Yes.
in those ashes. You just got to
Yes.
find the beauty in those ashes.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me
Yes,
tell you,
ma'am.
I don't know where this journey gonna take me, but I know whatever all the stuff that I've been through, this journey that I'm going on. Look, God was there with me. Now,
Yes.
I'm not a believer that God does everything because if it's good, it's some evil out there.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
We're talking
Hmm.
about that.
I said, God didn't place that gun in that individual's hand and tell them to put you. But I know and pray that God was there to pull my daughter
Right.
to what she needs to be. God was there to provide me with the courage and the strength to continue on,
Yeah.
even with my abuser. I know that wasn't God that
No.
caused him to act in
No.
that wasn't God, because I know if it's good, there's evil. But
Yeah.
I know
That's
God
right.
was there in that moment to
Yes.
get me to where I need to be
That's
Yes.
right.
in that
It,
safe
Wow.
place.
it,
So
it,
That's
it
right.
was their time. And, I hate the
Yeah.
fact that somebody had to sniff people, sniff that her life from her anyone,
Yeah.
because it's the people that they leave behind that they don't realize
Right.
we are
Right.
Yeah.
affected by your, what you're doing.
A
And
lifetime
Son,
sentence.
yeah,
yes, and
forever
he
and
had to grow
ever.
Hmm.
up without his mother's love that he know about. He realized
Yeah, exactly.
he lost his mom's love because he's fine. He still constantly talks about his mom. So now he goes to counseling. I have to give him his counseling too to realize and where to put those emotions and
Yeah.
those emotions. So
Wow.
I
remember,
keep
ladies,
singing,
destiny
girl.
is not in the
Mm.
lost; it's in what you have left.
Yes,
Yes.
honey. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Tara, thank
Ooh.
you, girl.
I can't
Thank you
believe
for
it. I can't
your
believe this
story.
hour's up.
Yes, it's going. Thank you for emptying out your
Yeah.
bag. I mean, I
Yeah.
couldn't
Thank
even
you so
stop it.
much.
I didn't want to even stop it because,
Yeah.
I'm getting a better understanding. I might sound, but I'm getting a better understanding on a lot of things. And
Oh yeah.
people are just so cruel.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
just do, they don't care for life anymore. And they don't
Yeah.
care for other people. They just so self
Yeah.
centered.
And I have to say this before we go, guys, because I did my research on this, and everybody, and Marina, you know how I am about sexual awareness. One of the fastest rising reported cases of domestic violence now is STDs. People knowingly have AIDS. They knowingly have all these other type of diseases, and they are purposely and intentionally infecting people with those diseases. People, protect yourself. Be careful out there. It is the fastest rising reported cases of domestic violence.
It sure is.
Mhm.
And it's out there. Brother,
And
you got this
Yeah.
book right here, and we got,
yes, I read that, and he
yeah.
is absolutely
And my
right.
brother, he's not telling, yeah, he's telling
Men
his
get
truth.
abused too.
He
It might
said,
not be
yeah,
physically, but
yeah,
men can be manipulated.
yes, he has,
They can get a woman
Mm-hmm.
that constantly
yeah,
goes after them. Okay,
yeah.
you ain't doing this for me, or why I can't get this, or what's what. They
Take
can be
from him
abused too. It
until you
right.
use him
Mm-hmm.
up. I mean, just all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff.
So
I get,
it's out
yes,
there. It's not only women. Like I
yes,
say, it's more than just
yes,
punches and black eyes to
yes.
Right.
domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
You need to get the book, get a book written, wrote, Tara. You need to get this book
Yeah.
going,
Most
baby.
definitely.
You need to get a book going, baby. Because like I said, people like me, we don't think that is we're in domestic abuse and all this stuff, but we actually are. It's so many different ways. It's not that we get punched in
Mm-hmm.
the eyes all the time. Like you said, it's being talked to, it's being taken away, taking your identity.
Your
It's a whole
identity.
lot of stuff
Yes.
to
Yeah.
abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I seen when you was talking, I seen some of that stuff in me. I said, okay, you know
Mm-hmm.
what? I did go through that little bit there. I know
Right.
you do.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah.
And
You
everybody think,
see it.
oh, I was safe. No,
But you take it down. You pack all that down. You pack it
yep,
down.
you
You
That's
put
pack
it
it
right.
all down. You sure do. You do.
Mm-hmm. That's
Like I
right.
said, I love you. I commend you. I give you all blessings. Losing a
Yes.
child, I can't even relate. Don't want to relate. I just want to know.
Yeah.
All I can do is relate to the grieving part. And for
right.
you to have to go through
And
these
that's a
different
journey in itself.
stages and journeys. Yes,
Yes.
I just, and losing mom in a fire. That, oh, because I love
Mm-hmm.
my mama. I love,
Oh yes.
thought
Oh,
of
my mama was
knowing
a good
that
girl.
she had to go out
Yes.
like that.
So every day, every day, every day.
Yes, yes. And we got to get ready to get off of here.
All right. I was
Yeah,
amazing
we're
with
ready
you,
to get
ladies.
out
And
my
thank you for
hour.
having
Thank
me.
you so
Thank you
much.
for having
Thank
me
you so much
again.
for
Yeah,
sharing your full story with us.
yeah,
Thank you so
Just
much
bringing
because you have helped so
awareness.
many people
Thank you,
today.
ladies. Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
emptying back. And everybody out there who love, give her some love. She is on Facebook. Go ahead. Or you want to tell them where you have Facebook, Instagram, where they can give you some love.
Oh yes, my Facebook is Tara Gandy. My Instagram is Sweet Secrets Boutique. I got a lingerie boutique. It's
And
Sweet Secrets Boutique. And Tara Gandy. You can follow me. I do reels, and I'm not good on TikTok like our sister Yolanda. I'm working on that now, y'all. I'm working on it. And Marvina, I'm not good with TikTok, y'all. So I'm
it's
working.
not hard. It's just something that's
Um,
very creative. It's fun.
yes.
Yeah, it's no big deal with that. I love you. I'll be
Love
talking to
you,
you
ladies, too.
afterwards.
Love you.
Okay,
All
we're gonna
right.
get
Thank
on
you.
out of here because we got
Okay.
a big finish day. I know I do. I gotta finish.
Yes. Okay.
All right, and I will talk to you soon. I'll be giving
Okay.
you a ding in a few.
Okay.
All right, girl.
Thank you, beautiful.
All right, girl. We are finished for the day. We
Yeah,
made it. We made it. We made it. Go
we
ahead.
made
Tell
it.
us
Yeah.
about the directory. What's in the bag directory?
Hey guys, so we have our What's in the Bag directory. Our What's in the Bag directory is where you will find upcoming events that we are that that What's in the Bag will be participating in, and we're also making some adjustments to that. So you will also start to see some posting on there where of upcoming guests that we will have on the show,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can go ahead and set your calendars and mark your calendars, especially for the ones that you don't want to miss. We also have What's in the Bag. What's in the Bag is our Facebook group page where we have daily interactions Monday through Friday. We have Motivational Monday, Talk About It Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, and Friday. And then
Mm-hmm.
we also have What's in the Bag 21. That is where you will find us on Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. And with our YouTube page, What's in the Bag 21, no spaces, and the numerical 21. Please go to that page and take and subscribe, like, and share. And you can go back and watch every single episode that we have ever done. And put a comment in there. And we do go back and read those comments and respond to those. And if you ever want to reach out to Marvina and I, you can take and DM us. We would love to take and hear from you, possibly get you guys on the show as a guest. And then also at the bottom of the screen, you see where it says, buy me a cup of coffee. So buy a cup of coffee. We use the donations that you guys to buying us a cup of coffee. Our Cash App is What's in the Bag 21. We use those donations to keep the lights on, so to speak. This helps
Yeah.
us with our studio, be able to go out and participate in various functions and events. All these things cost money, and it also helps us to keep bringing you guys content, positive, uplifting content, and
Yeah.
content to bring about awareness. So
Mhm.
please support us.
Yes, yes, all that she said. All that she said. We thank y'all today for being a
Thank you
part
guys
of
so much.
what's in the bag. You know what? I am so happy and proud that we're still moving forward and God is
Yes,
continuing to bless. He's continuing to
yes,
bless.
it is.
And y'all don't know the back way, but I'm just letting y'all know he's continuing to bless. All y'all got to do is keep faith. I'm telling you what I'm
That's
telling you.
right.
God got you. If you're feeling some kind of way today, I promise you, in a few minutes, you're going to feel better because God's going to show you the blessing and the lesson of whatever it is.
Yes.
I promise you.
Ooh, yes, he is,
So
Jesus. Yes, he is.
thank y'all
Yes.
again for being a part of What's in the Bag. We want to thank Tara. She is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's telling you a little of her story, but she got some things going on in the background that that she's giving y'all a brief of her story.
Yeah.
We're looking for a book with her. She needs to
Yeah.
write.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. So what you got to say about before we leave, girl?
Hey guys, it's beautiful out there today. It's cold here in Georgia. I don't know where you guys are viewing us from, but because we're getting people all over the country these days. We got people all the way down in El Salvador and Guatemala checking us
Yes.
out, in India. So we appreciate all the love and support. But guys, get out there and enjoy life, live life, and as always, stay blessed. Be a blessing. We are in the holiday season. Bless somebody. And stay blessed. I love you guys so much. Thank you
Love
guys so much for
you.
tuning
Bye,
in.
y'all.
See you guys next.